to the Calvin Dean Show Thursday Night Football Edition, man. Oh, wow, do we have a show for you today? Wow. From now on, every Thursday, I will have your podcast for Thursday Night Football, and I will be predicting Thursday Night Football between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. Wow. I mean, we have a lot of games to go over, guys. A lot of games to go over. Those other games would be on Sunday and Monday. I will have a podcast on Saturday night. And then starting next week, I will be filming both Thursday night and Saturday night. So I just wanted to let you know that. It's YouTube, of course, YouTube. And then also any type of... you can find my podcast on Amazon, Apple Podcasts, all types of different ways to find my podcast. But, the best way is just to go to calvindean.com or thecalvindeanshow.com, and it'll take you right to it. That's for sure. Let's look at tonight's game. Wow. We have the Buccaneers going into Atlanta, playing the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, on paper, they're kind of almost even. The only thing that's beating, that one team's beating the other team is actually the passing attack. The passing attack for the Buccaneers is 9th, top 10 in the NFL. And the passing attack for the Falcons is 17th. So middle of the road for the Falcons on the passing attack. The rushing, you would think, Bijan Robinson and Algier, they would have a great rushing attack, but they're 22nd in the league. And Rashid Rice, one more time, Rashid White. I'm sorry, guys. This is a live show, guys, a live show. So Rashad White. I can do it. Rashad White on the Tampa Bay Bucks. I mean, it's been like that for the last few years, guys. It just has, and now they have Bucky Irving. I think they'll throw more of him involved in the rushing attack here. They're 25th, a lot better than they were. 32nd last year, 32nd the year before, and 32nd the year before. So they've always been the worst rushing team in the NFL. Now, last time they've played was last December 23rd, December 10th, 2023. And it was the Tampa Bay Bucks beating up on the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta, 29-25. And it was a good game. I think this is going to be another good game. I really do, guys. I think Atlanta will always keep it close. I don't know what happened to the Bucks. They're 3-1. I mean, they should be 4-0, but they're 3-1, and the Atlanta Falcons are 2-2. So, man, it's just, wow, I just can't understand that. The funniest part is before the whole season started, everyone was picking Atlanta to win their division, and they're not even, they're close, they're 2-2, but the Bucks are winning 3-1. Wow. It's funny. It's funny how that goes, isn't it? It's interesting, don't you think? I mean, Baker Mayfield, he's doing more running right now than ever before. This is Thursday Night Football. This is prime time, man. Amazon Prime. Just go to Amazon, and they have Amazon Prime. Almost everyone has that. Who doesn't, and you can watch the game for free. Of course, it's not for free. You're paying for Amazon Prime, but you know what I'm talking about. And there's 4 things we should watch out for the Buccaneers and the Falcons tonight. There's 4 things, okay? Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons have played 2 of the toughest schedules in the NFL so far this season. I think so. It's just with both teams sitting in a decent, better shape prior to their important Week 5 matchup. The 3-1 Bucks rebounded from a bad home loss to the. I mean, they got romped by the Eagles, right? Excuse me. It's the Eagles. And then the Falcons engineered their second game-winning drive of the season in the final minute to even their record at 2-2. Right? The Bucks have run the NFC South the past 4 years, and they're in the pole position, guys, to take it again. I mean, if they beat Atlanta tonight, that's for sure. The teams are split in their meetings a year ago, with the road team winning both, So, but the Bucks are preparing for a vastly different Atlanta team this year. They've never seen it previously. They've never seen Kirk Cousins, right? And he's off to somewhat of a squeaky start. I mean, he has delivered in some key spots and spread the ball around a lot. I mean, a lot. The Falcons still have room to grow. I think offensively, definitely they have room to grow. Atlanta is 1-0 in the division, but 1-2 so far at home. That's not good. Thursday will provide a big opportunity. I mean, that's for sure. At Mercedes-Benz Stadium, after 2 close losses, their previous to the Steelers and the Chiefs, every Falcon game this season has gone down to the last final minute. Wow. I mean, it's a thriller. It's going to be a thriller tonight. Let's just go over what we think is going to happen. Number one, the Bucks are seeking consistency, guys. Of the offense. They want Baker Mayfield is on pace right now for 4,000 yards, 30-plus touchdown season, and Chris Godwin is on pace for the finest season since his breakout in 2019. The Bucks also have found a hidden gem in the rookie running back of Bucky Irving. I told everyone about that. I have 60 teams. All 60 teams have Bucky Irving on them. That would be my fantasy leagues. 60, who had led, he leads the team in rushing yards in the last 3 out of 4 games. But in between a strong week 1 and a week 4 offensive showing, the Bucks struggled to move the ball at its time against the Lions and the Broncos, scoring only 7 points in home loss to Denver. Denver's a great defense, guys, a great defense. So look at what happened to the Jets. They only could score 9 points this last week against the Denver defense. So you have to take that into account. Number 2, Falcons could stand to get Kyle Pitts going. They need to get Kyle Pitts going. I mean, the Falcons will honor Matt Ryan at halftime, guys. Matt Ryan, inducting him into the team's Ring of Honor. That's kind of cool. Perhaps Cousins can get in Ryan's ear at some point, if for no reason other than to check out, help crack the Pitts conundrum. I mean, Pitts, he came in. He was going to be this great tight end. I mean, he was like the next Moses to walk, to part the Red Sea, I mean, it was going to be all about him, but man, Pitts looked like a budding star in 2021 with Ryan as his quarterback, catching 68 balls and 1,028 yards as a rookie, right? But then after that, it's just been terrible after terrible after terrible after terrible. The Bucks have defended tight ends fairly well this season, guys. That's another thing. They've only allowed 16 catches and 152 yards, no touchdowns. Although Pitts had 2 of his better games last season against Todd Bowles' defense. So that's another thing to consider. Tampa Bay's defense must keep the pass rush momentum going. The Buccaneers defense hasn't set a world on fire, that's for sure. They have not. This season they haven't. But it deserves credit for holding up they're holding up their defense on a lot of injuries. Todd Bowles' unit pinned its Spears back against the Eagles, sacking Jalen Hurts 6 times on Sunday. That was an important development after subpar performance against the Broncos and rookie quarterback Bo Nix. The Bucs also allowed the Lions to move up and down the field readily in Week 2, but a tremendous showing in the red zone. Detroit was only 1-7 down there, so I mean that's another thing. You have to pat these things on your back. And Vita Vea back, man. Vita Vea is this mountain who just sits in the middle. So I don't even know how they're going to run off of Vita Vea. That's going to be a tough one. Number 4, I think the Falcons must make more game-changing plays on defense. Their defense, it's very important. You'd safely describe the defensive coordinator, Jimmy Lake's defense, as a bend but not break unit. They give up the shorts, they ship up the shorts, but they haven't give up the big pass play. They're defending the pass fairly well, I think, overall, especially down the field, allowing only 4 plays of 20 yards or longer. Only 4 plays, guys. Yes, they complete the passes. I mean, when you complete the passes, 73.5% completions allowed. Yikes! That's something that you're going to have to take better. I mean, they're allowing 73% passes against them. That's the Bucs defense. It's just, wow. It's not good. It's not good, and also with the Falcons defense as well. It's just, it's ugly. It's ugly. Opponents have controlled the clock against Atlanta, average of 35 minutes in possession. 35 minutes. Forcing turnovers is incredibly crucial. Excuse me. Incredibly crucial, that's for sure. And they haven't been doing that. But it's going to be even tougher against the Bucs defense. The Bucs team. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. They've only coughed it up only 3 times within, the last 4 games. I mean, it's going to be tough for the Falcons to do anything against the Bucs offense. This is a tough game, guys. This is a really, really, really tough game. I mean, you have the Tampa Bay Bucs. On paper, I mean, it's an even score. It's an even score on paper. I mean, will the Bucs go 3-2, and will the Atlanta Falcons go to 3-2? I mean, at the end of this game, the Tampa Bay Bucs. I just really love the Tampa Bay Bucs. The Falcons at home. Falcons look tough. They really, really do, guys. I mean, it's just wow. And, the morning line is 1.5. So the Atlanta is favored by 1.5 points. It's just because they've been doing so well. I mean, Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Bucs opened as a 1.5 underdog to the Atlanta Falcons. The game had an initial total of 43.5 points. So it's either over or under 43.5. I'm going to take the over on the 43.5 points. And the money line, Bijan Robinson and the Falcons were a minus 132 on the money line when the lines were then released. So, I mean, if you look at that and you look at everything, I'm giving this one up to the Tampa Bay Bucs, guys. The Tampa Bay Bucs on Thursday Night Football over the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. Yeah. Congratulations. Hey, guys, tune in on Saturday night. I'll go over all the other games on Saturday night and go over some stuff that's going on in the NFL right now. Devontae Adams, as everyone knows it, is looking for a trade. They're either looking for New York, the New York Jets, the New Orleans Saints. Buffalo's has their hat in the fray. Hey, Kansas City might even do it. Who knows? But, I guess New York Jets, that looks good. He really would love to play with Rodgers, but I mean, why would you want to go to the New York Jets? You're near the end of your career. Why would you want to go to a team that's not going to make the playoffs, guys? They're going to lose against Minnesota on Sunday. I'm sorry, they're just going to. What if they lose against Minnesota and they pick up Devontae Adams? Everything's just grand. What do you think they're going to do? I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, so that is going on, which is kind of, it's always something with Aaron Rodgers, always something with him, and it's just the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's talk a little bit about them. Rashad Rice. I keep saying Rashad Rice, and I was saying Rashad White for Tampa, and now Rashad Rice for the Kansas City Chiefs. I knew he didn't tear his ACL. The way his knee buckled like that, it just didn't seem like it. It was more of a hyperextended knee. There's going to be more, tests next week when they already ran an MRI. Trust me, MRI would have shown a torn ACL. It's not torn. So there might be some other things going on in the knee that he needs to be fixed. Who knows? Who knows what's going on there? And Baltimore looking all world. I mean, at 2-2, I have Baltimore really as one of the top ranked teams in the NFL. Even if at 2-2, I really do. I think everyone's going to have a very big problem against Baltimore. They have an offensive lineman that's like 380 pounds, right? There's one offensive lineman. He's like 6'8", 380, right? And then they have him going, like pulling, on a sweep, right? And then you have the fullback at 350. And then they have Derrick Henry at 250. Come on. That's unfair. That's just unfair. That's just unfair for every other team. Man, that offensive line looks great on Baltimore. I just don't see them, anyone really beating them, other than maybe Kansas City. But, I mean, look at what Buffalo had no answer. Buffalo had no answer. You think Cincinnati's going to have an answer this weekend? No. Anyway, and there's the Jags are still 0-4, which stinks. Miami just stunk up the house this last week. They're 1-3. They're just terrible. The Cleveland Browns proved that they're terrible. Who knows what the Las Vegas Raiders are? They're rebuilding. They're doing something there, but it's ugh. And the Denver Broncos, they're building. And then you have the Arizona Cardinals. They met a juggernaut of the Washington Commanders and lost to Washington, and now they got to play in San Francisco. Wow. And then we have Green Bay, who just lost, and then they're going into the Los Angeles Rams, playing the Rams on this Sunday. And then you have the New York Football Giants going into Seattle and playing the Seattle, 3-1 Seattle. And the Pittsburgh Steelers this coming Sunday night football. I mean, Pittsburgh is playing the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas is 2-2. Pittsburgh is 3-1. They're playing in Pittsburgh on Sunday night. That should be a great game to watch. And then Monday Night Football should be epic. It's the New Orleans Saints against the Kansas City Chiefs. Depleted Kansas City Chiefs. They thought they were going to all-world. They had Rice. They had Hollywood Brown. They had Xavier Worthy. They have Kelsey. They have Watson. They have all, Juju Smith-Schuster. Excuse me for terribly destroying his name. And and then what happens? Hollywood Brown gets hurt. Rice is hurt. And then Pacheco he's hurt. Oh man, they're just hurt. It's like these are season-ending injuries. They're just not injuries that are like a couple weeks. Sad, but they're 4-0. Can you believe it? 4-0. I can believe it. It's Mahomes. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Calvin Dean Show. I will see you guys on Saturday night. Take care.